Famous speeches. George W. Bush's 9/11 address to the nation. Editor's note. On September 11, 2001, the United States suffered the worst terror attack on its soil in history. 4 planes were hijacked by terrorists, 2 of which were flown into the World Trade Center towers in New York City. Firefighters, police, and emergency medics rushed to the scene, and many of them were killed when the towers unexpectedly crumbled to the ground. Another hijacked plane crashed into the Pentagon. All in all, nearly 3,000 people were killed in the attack, which launched a war in Afghanistan that continued for 13 years. Below are President Bush's words to the grieving nation after the attack. Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom, came under attack in a series of deadly terrorist attacks. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. They were secretaries, businessmen and women, military and government workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, hateful acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into the buildings, fires burning, huge buildings collapsing have filled us with shock, sadness, and anger. These acts of killing were intended to frighten our nation, but they have failed. Our country is strong. America is great people. We will defend ourselves. Terrorist attacks can shake our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch who America is as a nation. These acts break steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American determination. America was targeted for attack because we are the brightest light for freedom and opportunity in the world. No one will keep that light from shining. Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America. We did this with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring of strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could. Immediately following the first attack, I activated our government's emergency plans. Our military is strong and it is prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help those cities with their rescue efforts. Our first job is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every care to protect our citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The work of our government continues without interruption. Government agencies in Washington, which had to be closed today, are reopening tonight for workers whose jobs are important for people's safety. They will be open tomorrow. Our banks and other businesses remain strong and will be open too. The search is underway for those who were behind these evil acts. I have directed our intelligence and law enforcement communities to concentrate all of their time on this. We will find those responsible and bring them to justice. We will blame equally the terrorists who committed these acts and those who helped them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks. For all of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their friendship and help. America and our friends join with all those who want peace and safety in the world. We stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight, I ask for your prayers for all those who lost someone they love. We pray for children whose worlds have been shattered, for all those sense of safety has been threatened. I pray they will be comforted by the power of God as written in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our desire for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before. We will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and right in our world. Thank you, good night, and God bless America.